Today, actually, Peter's going to take over later and kind of go over mobile home financing. I hope you guys really pay attention closely to that, as I will. It's a great resource. But today, I'm going to just go over, what's kind of hot right now, right? And that's refinances. I know I touched up on this last week, but guys, I got into the industry in 2009, right? And there was really three, not including this one right now, and we'll get to that. There's really three really big waves of refinance for me that I can recall. Okay, that was 2009, 10ish. Again in like 2000 and during the credit crash was like crisis rather in 2015, 16ish. And then obviously the pandemic, right? So it's like every 4 to 5 years, right? And obviously the pandemic being the biggest one. And having gone through that cycle, because for those of you who are fairly new to the industry, you have these waves of what's called refinance opportunities, right? Refi waves, right? And during these waves, I want to tell you this now, and whether you're going to process this or not and do something about it or not is completely up to you. But I want to put it out there in the universe for you. When these waves happen, you have to be all in. Okay? I mean, you are literally short of selling your soul to the devil. I say short of it. Okay? You want to be all in, right? I personally know, okay, people, I mean, by the dozens who made 7-digit figures in 2020 and 2021 for 2 years. I personally have seen their W-2s and their paychecks, and they literally made 7 digits during the refinance boom. I didn't make that much, but I can tell you, I'm not going to complain about how much I made last in during the pandemic. And really the mindset you have to adopt and understand is this. And I tell this to myself as a mantra, and I want you to tell yourself this too, okay, and adopt it. When these refinance waves come, you have to be willing to work 18 to 24 hours a day. I'm sure right now Peter will say he worked 27 hours a day, but I am telling you right now, right? I was working literally every single day for a stretch of, I don't know how many months, 7 months or so, from like 5 in the morning to like 12 o'clock at night. Okay. And I'm just taking calls because whether you like it or not, these calls will come. If you're out in the marketplace, they will call, say, hey, what's the rate? I want to refinance. What's the rate? I want to refinance. And you're doing everything, right? And you have clients that are nurses or doctors that are working after, you have to, forces you to work after hours, you take it. There were, as God as my wife and my kids as my witness, there were multiple nights, consecutive nights, where I was up until 11, 12 a.m. I can't say past 12 a.m. really, I was too tired, but putting in applications or even fielding calls, right? Because the rates were the lowest. Now, I don't think that this wave is going to be that big, okay, personally speaking, but that wave is here. When that wave comes, when I use this analogy as surfing, I used to be a lot thinner and I used to surf all the time. There are those surfers who wait for that perfect wave, that perfect 8 to 10 to 15 foot wave. That's what they want, right? And if you're seasoned, yes, that's what you go for, right? Because you want to ride that sucker out. You want to challenge yourself, blah, 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 blah. But for someone who's not a professional surfer, whether it's a 3-foot wave or a 5-foot wave, let alone a 10-foot plus, a wave is a wave. And when you ride that 3-foot wave and you catch it, you still feel the same exhilaration. That high might not be as great, but you still get it. But guess what? You get to get more of those, right? And that analogy speaks to me because whether a refinance wave is big or not, right? Like we're not going down to the 2s again or the 3s. Yes, we're in the 5s and 6s. And yes, there's probably not as many people who have 7s and 8s compared to who had sixes and fives during the pandemic, but there's still a delta, right? And a delta that you can sell that is beneficial to the homeowner to refinance, right? Because what are we doing at that point? We're being financial advisors and we're selling them, hey, right now at this rate, you're going to be paying X amount in total interest over the life of the loan, right? But if you refinance, let me help you shave that down a third of it. Let me help you save an additional $700. Okay. Those are numbers that you can to look at and sell, right? For me, my method is this, and I'm going to share you this, especially if you have a repeat customer of Giving Tree. Okay, I'm going to share you my screen, and I'm going to share you a couple things. Oh, it's doing the infinity. Hold on. Let me see. Are you guys seeing infinity on your end? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe if you can share instead of a Chrome tab, maybe if you click the entire screen.
Oh, no, I was.
Can you click the window?
I did. That was the second one I did. I don't know why this keeps happening to me, but let me try it this way real quick. The Chrome tab, because I know this didn't do it last time. Yeah, some reason the Chrome tab works. So I want to show you this CD. So earlier, Peter mentioned something about, he only made a couple thousand or, $1,000, but he was able to save the deal. He was able to probably reinforce the relationship, right? And it also led to additional business, right? So for me, my selling point, you don't have to adopt this, guys. Okay, this is my script. Okay. When someone, let's say, purchased a home with through Giving Tree, me for the first time, and now regardless of whether their experience with me was a positive one or not so positive, right? I'm still picking up the phone and calling them, hey, Mr. Client, I just want to again thank you. How has everything been? I guys hope you're settled in, you're enjoying your home. Hey, I'm really reaching out to you right now because just to notify you, I'm sure you've seen the news, but rates have come down. It has been 6 months, or it's going to be 6 months soon, and which allows you the ability to refinance your home. As an incentive, as a returning customer, sir, look, I know you have a lot of options. You don't really even need to put that in that one, actually, in the part of the script. You say, look, as a returning, if you work with Giving Tree, again, if you work with me, I will promise you, we will charge you no lender fees. Okay. And then what is that? Look, I'm not going to charge you an origination fee. Like perhaps let's just say this is a non-QM, right? That 1% or 1.5%. I won't charge you an underwriting or a processing fee, nor if some lenders require an admin fee, I won't even charge that. So your Section A, sir or ma'am, is going to look like this, guys, right? Right here. You guys see that? Right? When they see something like this, and I got a reaction on a text message that I could show you as well, they love it. When they
we don't see the screen.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I see. Okay. Are you guys able to see it now? Still no or yes?
No.
No? Oh, why do I always have issues with this one? Sign docs. Let me try entire screen one more time. Hopefully it's not infinity window, please. Yeah. I don't know why this always happens to me, and I do apologize.
When it's infinity,
Mhm.
are you using two different screens right now?
I am not. I purposely did not for this when we tested it out last week.
So when you do the infinity screen, can you click the file, drag it to the screen that you are watching?
Okay, let me try. So
You
I'm gonna hit.
may not be able to see us, but you'll be able to see the document.
Okay, let's try that.
And then make it big. There we go.
Okay, you guys see that now?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so right there, section A, nothing. Right? No origination, no underwriting, no processing. And this honestly does something very emotionally and mentally for a client. They feel good about it, right? And I'm able to tell them, hey, look, fees are going to cost you about $3,000, but it's because you need to re-record. It gets recorded with the county again. So we need, right, title and escrow. There's government recording fees, but it's about $3,000. Boom. Section B, $3,000, right? 2881, right? Now, this client, obviously there's reserves that are needed. They wanted impound, so we went ahead and did that. But these are not fees, right? You guys have to be very careful about how you explain this to clients. Clients are just going to see fees for fees, right? But if you actually explain to them that these are just all prepaids, it sounds a lot better and it really eases their emotions. Like Section G, are these fees? No, these are not any fees that they wouldn't be paying otherwise because they're going to have to pay this anyways, right? These property taxes come November, they're going to have to pay it, right? Homeowners insurance, they're going to have to pay it, right? Prepaid interest, one way or another, they're going to have to pay it, right? Whether it's on the higher interest rate or on this prepaid interest for the new loan, right? I mean, the only other thing there is the recording fees, which is going to get adjusted though, by the way. It's not 425, it's going to be 200, right? This is padded. So really the fees you're looking at is about $3,000. But again, the importance is Section A. We're not charging anything there, right? So that's how I sell refinances, guys. Okay. Is to show we're not going to charge any Section A. Now, the question for you as a loan officer, to me, ought to be something, okay? Is Rogner, if you're not, let's be honest here, right? Because we all want to know how much we're going to make, right? Well, the question then becomes, well, Rogner, how much are you going to make on this if, you have to, right, deduct processing and underwriting fee? Well, I'm going to show you that, okay? Despite not charging anything, right, on for processing underwriting, right, and we have to deduct $2,000, right? Look at my rebate. You guys see that? 1.409. I really could have sold it higher actually, but they're good friends of mine, so I didn't. and 101, right? 1.4 on this loan amount. You guys see the loan amount? $1 million, right? So I'm sure you guys could do the math. That's still a very handsome paycheck for me, right? You guys all agree? Right? So look, that's just how I do business, right? I don't have to make every dollar on every file, right? But there is opportunity to make money right now. I hope you guys are making an extra $10,000 to $20,000, $30,000, right? And I really mean it. It's very, very possible. You guys have to make the calls. And then right now is really just the beginning. It really is just the beginning. I'm sure you guys see the updates Peter provides every day through Google Chat about the rates and what it's doing and his recommendation to lock and float. Rates are going to get better to the end of the year. So, hey, have yourselves a Merry Christmas, a fat, luscious Thanksgiving, and sell refinances right now. If you have any questions, if you'd like for me to price something out or to see what I do differently, then feel free. I'm gonna go ahead and give the mic over to Peter.